that's my best impression of a xenomorph. Well, I tried. Hey, what's up, you guys? Film Fan 0599 here again, and today we're going to be reviewing Alien Covenant. So, Alien Covenant stars Michael Fassbender, Katherine Waterston, Billy Crudup, and Danny McBride. And what this film is about, it's about when, these guys, they go, a part of the Covenant program. They decide, they're going to go onto this remote planet, and they discover an uncharted paradise. And what happens is they find out that there's a huge threat on this uncharted paradise, and now they need to get the heck out of there. So, what did I think of Alien Covenant? Now, Alien Covenant, I went into it with some pretty high expectations. It looked really great from the trailers. I enjoyed Prometheus. I thought that was a good movie. I did enjoy it. And Ridley Scott was coming back to direct this one, so I was like, yes, let's do this. I cannot wait to see it. And was it any good? Ridley Scott, how did you fall? How did you downgrade yourself this much? Holy moly. Alien Covenant is absolute garbage! Holy moly! Alien Covenant is absolute dog crap! This movie is awful. This is a mess of a film. Alien Covenant is so bad. I was baffled of how bad this movie was. Like, I seriously was, because Ridley Scott, this guy knows how to make good movies. Like, sure, he's had some missteps, but he knows how to make some great movies. His last movie was so fantastic, The Martian. It was so great. And then he just makes this disjointed mess of a movie. Alien Covenant is complete garbage. This movie is awful. This is a terrible movie. I could not believe how bad this movie was. I'm dead serious. I cannot believe how bad Alien Covenant was. Now, before I talk about the negatives, I do have one positive with this movie. I actually do have one solid positive with Alien Covenant. And that is, at least two actors in the movie were really good. I thought Michael Fassbender was really good in the movie. I thought he did a good job. He was no Oscar-worthy performance. So many people overpraised his performance a little bit too much. But it was really good. I still thought he did a really good job in the movie. He was indeed good. I did enjoy him in the film. He did a good job in the film. I thought, he really gave a really good performance. And the other one is Danny McBride. I thought Danny McBride was actually really great in this movie. I think, honestly, he was by far the best character in this entire film. He was really great. He was definitely the one you cared for the most, honestly, out of any of the characters. And, brought a lot of good emotion and a lot of good range to his character. And I was very impressed by that. I really loved Danny McBride a lot as a comedic actor. So it was interesting to see him take a kind of more of a much serious role. And he did a really good job. I quite enjoyed him a lot in the movie. So he did a good job. And that's really about it. That's it. That's the only positives I can give this movie, because everything else is just awful with this movie. Everything else is just absolutely terrible. First, the lifeless acting in this movie from everybody else is just wonderful. It's just, such lifeless acting. Everyone is so bland. Besides Michael Fassbender and Danny McBride, everyone else is just lifeless and bland in this movie. Katherine Waterston, who is just not impressing me at all as an actress, seriously, she really is not, and she's just so bland. She's just so so terrible in this movie. She's so bland, and just it seemed like she's just moping around all the time. I mean, listen, I get it. There's something that happens with her in like the first, I want to say like the first like 10, 15, 20 minutes of the movie, like 10, 15 minutes, I want to say, like that in the movie. And I get why she's so upset, but man, she just doesn't give good emotions. She really does not. And yeah, by the way, nice try trying to make her the next like Ripley. Seriously, if you see the last act of the movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Because my God Almighty, they tried so hard to make this character Ripley that it was quite hilarious, actually. And I'm just like, really. So yeah, Captain Watson wasn't that great. Billy Kipup, I think that's how you say his name. It's probably not, but the guy who played Dr. Manhattan in Watchmen, okay? He is so bland in this movie too. Like, he really is. He just seems like he's giving no good emotions and really just not caring at all. Same goes with everybody else in this movie. Just everyone seemed like they were supposed to be bait for the Xenomorph. That's how I felt with these characters. Like, it's like these characters were just meant to be bait for the Xenomorphs. That's it. That's the only reason I saw these characters had to be here. Because in the original Alien, you cared for all the characters. You did. You cared for every single character that was in that movie because they had their own personalities and they were just good characters in general. However, here you don't. So when they die, you just don't care. So you really don't. You don't. Like, you just really don't because you just don't care. Like, if some of them die, you just don't care because they're not good characters. They're bland and generic. That's it. Seriously. Like, oh man. Just yeah, the characters are absolutely bland in this movie. Oh, and speaking of that, they're absolutely stupid as hell as well. Holy moly. I haven't seen this batch of stupid characters in a long time. Like, literally a whole batch of stupid characters. Because, man, these characters are so stupid in this movie. If you're one of those people that thought the characters of Prometheus were stupid, holy moly, they make the characters of Prometheus seem like they're the smartest human beings on the face of the planet. Because the characters in this movie are so stupid. You are literally ripping out your hair because of the dumb decisions that these characters make. There's one thing that involves Billy Kipup's character that I was just going, are you that stupid? Like, I had a lot of those moments in this movie because, holy moly, the characters are just that stupid in this movie. They are that dumb. They are literally the dumbest batch of people I've seen in a long time. They are that dumb. They make that many dumb and stupid decisions in this movie that you're just like, what? Like, they are so stupid. Like, in the great words of Randy Orton saying to Kofi Kingston, stupid! You're stupid! Like, you were just like that during the entire movie with these characters. You're stupid! Like, seriously, these characters are so stupid. And this movie is predictable as heck. It really is. Like, you literally can pinpoint almost all the things that are gonna happen in this movie. Like, it is so dang predictable, especially the dang ending to this movie. Holy moly, the ending to this movie was so predictable that I was just like, I just was like, really? Really? It's just, and I hate it when movies are like that, where I can literally predict, because I like to be unpredictable. I like movies to be unpredictable. However, this is not one of them. This was a really, really predictable film. And the movie's not scary at all. Like, they were trying to go more back with the horror rap with this one, and it just didn't work. Like, it just was not scary. It really wasn't. And the movie is so disjointed. Like I said in the beginning, it's so disjointed. They don't know, like, Ridley Scott didn't know if he wanted to make a prequel to Alien, a sequel to Prometheus, or just a straight-up Alien movie. Like, it's so disjointed. This movie is so disjointed and such a mess that, like, you just wonder, what is he doing? Like, it is so disjointed this movie. It's like it's like it's staying together like this, and then Ridley Scott is just taking it apart and just like trying to repair it. Like, it's just so disjointed, this movie. Like, it really does not know what it wants to be. It seriously doesn't. It's like it's having an identity crisis, this movie. Like, it does not know if it wants to be a prequel to Alien, a sequel to Prometheus, or just a straight-up Alien movie. Like, it just doesn't know. It doesn't know what it wants to be. Oh, and the writing's absolutely garbage with this movie. The screenplay's terrible. This is one of the worst screenplays of the year. It really is. The dialogue for some of these characters are absolutely awful. It's terrible. It's so bad. The directing with this movie is awful. This is one of the worst directed movies of the year. Yeah, I said it. This is one of the worst directed movies of the year. Ridley Scott does an absolutely garbage job directing this movie. He does an awful job directing this movie. His directing is so bad with this movie. And Prometheus was such a gorgeous movie. He did such a fantastic job directing that movie. And now this one, he just does an absolute garbage job. Like, not even the cinematography is impressive with this movie. Like, seriously, it's not even, the cinematography is not even impressive with this film to me. And the editing, holy moly, the editing with this movie is so bad. Like, the editing is so choppy and so terrible. Like, it's so bad how badly edited this movie was. I cannot believe Ridley Scott did this bad of a job with his directing with this movie. It is that bad. He does an absolutely garbage job directing this movie. It is so terrible, his directing with this movie. And last, no wait, before that, the visual effects. Wow. Oh my goodness. How? Just, like I said before, Prometheus was such a gorgeous looking movie. And then this looks absolute crap. The visual effects, my goodness, are terrible. The visual effects for the Xenomorph, whew, this looked like something out of almost like a PlayStation 2 video game. Like, oh my Lord Almighty, like, it looked that bad. It looked so awful. Even the stuff in space, like the spaceship looked awful as well. Like, just the visual effects were complete garbage in this movie. And now, what I was trying to say beforehand, the last thing I need to mention about this movie, the pacing. This movie is so boring. Holy, I can't even. This movie is so boring. It is so uninteresting, this movie. It is such a boring film. It really is. The movie is so boring. It is such a boring film. Like, it is 2 hours and 4 minutes, I think, and it is just so boring. Not even the first 45 minutes were interesting. I know some people said the first 45 minutes were, like, really interesting. Not even for me, really. Like, I was even bored at that point. Like, just the movie is so disinteresting and so boring. Overall, I'm so disappointed with Alien Covenant. I really am. This is one of the worst movies of the year without question. This is an absolute mess of a movie. It has terrible characters. It's so predictable. It's so stupid. It's just an awful, awful movie. This is worse than Alien 3. Yeah, I'm going there. This movie is garbage. This is the second worst Alien movie. It's almost as bad as Resurrection. I am going there. This movie is garbage. So it's time for my official grade on Alien Covenant, and my official grade on Alien Covenant is a D-. The only reason I cannot give it an F is because, like I said, I liked Michael Fassbender, and I liked Danny McBride in the movie. They were at least good. They were the only saving grace for this film. Everything else is absolute garbage. This movie is terrible. This is such a bad movie. I am baffled about how bad this movie is. that Ridley Scott downgraded this much. Alien Covenant deserves a D-. It is a garbage movie. This is awful. So, if you've seen Alien Covenant, what did you think of it? Leave it in the comment section below. I'm FilmFan0599. We will see you all later. Peace.